Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday evening, it's Zwift evening in Baltic states. We are on stage 6 for Specialized Zwift League. My name is Tooms Kazakhs, and today for next 40 to 50 minutes I will be with you commenting what's happening in a race. Last week I was a little bit sick, but today everything is okay. So feel free to use chat in any platform you are watching. If you wanna look someone live how he's riding, we can switch to him, or you have some questions about Zwift or cycling or indoor trainers, feel free to ask and I will try to answer the questions. So less than 1 minute, and what do we have today for race? So today is the last day when we are in France, Rue de Mapoule, 27.2 kilometers. Pretty easy race with average climb of 3.4% if we count right in road and finish with 2 sprint sections. So the biggest cracking point in this race is approximately on 6 kilometers when we have our first composition. So we will see how everything works out there, and from that point on we'll be able to see our race progresses. As we can see in previous races, most of the time we have quite a big group with 50 riders in front, and going closer to end about on the last 7 kilometers, so they divide on more smaller groups, and approximately 15 riders make to the end, and then we have final battle till the end. So this road is actually pretty easy for me to spectate any riders, because they don't overlap with the riders who are a little bit behind. So it should be really easy to follow the sprint section or the final sprint section today. So I hope we won't have a fiasco like we had last week. Also, if you have some comments about music, if it's too loud or too quiet, or my commenting is too loud or too quiet, feel free to write in comments. So today on a start line we have a little bit more than 200 riders. And also a reminder for everyone watching live, if you are not registered in Zwift Power, your result won't be validated and you won't be able to see it in Zwift.lv website where we post overall results. Also, if anybody wants to follow up the race almost live with only 2 minutes, or now it's 1.3 minute gap, how it actually is, you can go to zwiftpower.com, search for Specialized Zwift League, and you will be able to follow live every rider on a road, where they are, what are their powers, and everything what you need to know about riders. You just have to click on a live button what's on top of the race. Also, for anyone wondering, we have gathered, thanks to Martin Jürgensons, we have gathered overall results for last 5 races, and for now we have pretty solid top 10, and basically they're still fighting for top podium. So first place Martin Jürgensons, second place Narimantas Satkus, third place Juris Bērziņš, fourth position Vitor Mateus, fifth position Arturs Isoļātins, sixth Audris Velo, seventh position Andreas Lill, eighth position Arturs Kazakevičius, ninth position Dāvis Zīvarts, and in 10th position is Emils Rybaks from LV2 Max team. If we are watching closer to the race, so we can see they're stretching out pretty long tail, so we will see what's happening on the back of the grid. Now we can see there is approximately 50 riders, like I mentioned before, and now I'm fast switching to riders who are falling back. We can see there is some riders from C category, Johnson from Estonia, who were holding on to the A group as long as possible, and then we can see there is 1 second, 3 seconds, and more stretching out with the tail. So in this position, if you have left already first group, it will be really hard to catch to them, but the good news is that more and more riders will fall back from first group, and all the riders who fall back, they will gather up one bigger group and increase in speed soon enough to catch the first group. Also, Svet Liberty today is participating in a race. Welcome back to Zwift. I hope you will have a good race, and as we can see, overall 55th position, and if I'm correct, she was first from ladies, but I have to check this information, and I will try to update Zwift overall ranking. So yes, Svet Liberty for now, first from ladies, and closest follower Diana Spiridowska, and it looks like she's almost 30 seconds behind Sveta Liberty. So pretty strong start for Sveta. Sadly, she didn't start with the beginning of this season. So for anyone new following here, so we have 8 races. This is the 6th of 8 races, and we are counting 6 best results in overall. So that's how we are making overall ranking. I'm really happy to see that this year we have a lot of riders from Lithuania and Estonia, which was the main goal for this year, to gather up more riders from Baltic states in one place. And after Specialized Zwift League ends, we will have another race event, which I will announce probably next week. And we are making races every Wednesday, 6:30 in evening, same place, same time, only different name. So if you want to know more information, rules, regulation, results, live streams, etc., feel free to join Zwift Baltic on Facebook or our website Zwift.lv. Already 3.2 kilometers done, going on a pretty good downhill. What you can see already on mini map. You can find it in the middle of live stream on bottom side. And after this downhill, we have a small flat section, and after that we have first calm section. This is actually a really good spot for some riders who were falling off the front group to catch up to catch up to the front group. And for everyone watching, you can pay small attention to the leaderboard. You can see sometimes there pops up some riders who are like plus 49, plus 60 seconds. So this is something specific for Zwift, that the road is overlapping. So don't take them in account. Also gathering overall results, a reminder for all riders who are watching this live or watching on a replay. If you change your in-game name, we don't sum up your points because we are not doing it manually, thanks to Martin Jürgensons who figure out how to do it automated. So we're just using Excel basically to put two names together. If it matches, we count the points together. If the name doesn't match, it sorts you in like a new rider. So bear that in mind, that you have to use same name for every race. And we can see the group is actually really small from this downhill, 20-ish riders, and there is some riders who are fighting for their survival. 3 riders here trying to catch up to the group, going 8.7, 10 watts to catch the group. Just 1 second behind the group. They should catch on to the group to sustain the speed and momentum and to get the draft. I think they probably have the draft right now. That's the reason why they can get in. But the climb section is coming pretty soon. And if they don't manage to get in a group on a climb section, it will be a really tough time to them. Because as we know, in Zwift, in a climb, you're still getting draft and it helps you to get up. And we can see, yeah, they catch the group, and the closest followers 14 seconds. So we can see this was really hard first 7 kilometers, really high power, high speed ride. So some riders are saying that the road should be 23 kilometers. Yeah, the actual road is 23 kilometers, but we are taking in-lead road to make whole lap even, and the riders could finish on a finish line. So that's why, if I'm correct, in-lead was 4.3 kilometers. So that's the reason why it doesn't match with Zwift Insider. If you want to see the total length of exact road, you should check out Zwift Hub. There's a lot of information about this route. And if we are talking about this specific road, then it's released with Zwift France maps, the original maps for the first virtual Tour de France. And it's essentially a reverse version of Cas Zapatas road. So covering the full outer lap in a counterclockwise direction with a different start-finish location than it was on Petis. And like I said, usually the start is not the place where everything gets to be chosen for the riders. Most of the time it's just the first climb. But as you could see, it was a little bit different this time. So 27 riders in the first group and closest followers at 21 seconds. And it's only 2 riders who are still trying to catch. And Audris, who is in top 10 in overall, has also fallen off. So he's in 30 position right at the moment. And then they are also just 2 riders, and then after 8 more seconds 2 more riders, and only then we get some group with the 6-7 riders, and then we have a pretty huge group with almost 20 riders who are just catching up, riders who fell off from first group. But as you can see, most of the strongest riders in overall ranking is here, Jurgis Berzinch being one of them. Artur Sisiljatins also in a first group from Latvian riders, and Martin Jurgensons, who is overall winner for now. If we are looking a little bit closer for other riders, so for example from Estonia we have Vak, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it properly. He hasn't made his whole name visible, so just well. But basically only Narimantas Statkus from Lithuania, and that's it. That's it. Pretty hard race, looks like. And we can see that the guys are still pushing up on this upper hill too, and stretching out a little bit. But from previous races, this is already the 3rd time we're passing this calm, so probably for most of the riders it's already known how it should be driven, and they will probably try to catch back up. But I want to see what's happening with the riders who are falling back a little bit. They should push up a little bit. Milts is one of them. So yeah, the group already flew away. He's using power up to maybe catch up. Kistler also trying to catch up to the group, 5.1 watts per kilogram. Since it's a little bit downhill, he could technically catch them, but I don't think he will make it. Because riding in a group, it's much faster and it's much easier. Wow, this is really, it looks like really hard race for riders, especially for A group. Let's switch and see what's happening in a C group in the front lines. So you can see Janis Vanaks now leading C group. So not exactly leading the C group, but in C group in the front lines. And actually not so big group too. Approximately 20 riders. And we can see from women's Sveta Libertad only 10 seconds behind them. Wow, that's pretty amazing result for a first race. We can see she has done the homework in the summer. For C group, we have a little bit different results. So we could say first 5 positions are still not settled, but if we are watching past that, I don't think there could be any big changes. So first position, Janis Michalis from Intervals.lv. Second place, Maris Koralkiewicz. Third position, Egils Blooms. Fourth position, Ansis Thompsons from LV2 Max Team. And fifth position, Valeris Paulovs LV2 Max Team. So in C group, it's much different. Much different from A group. In A group, there's still really strong competition. So we're getting back to A group, 12 kilometers already finished. So next week we are going on Makuri Islands, Castle of Castle, 22.4 kilometers. It's new road added just last year. Pretty enjoyable from spectator view. Full with some gardens, trees, and really flashy colors. Also, while we are watching, we can make a small contest for anyone watching live. Make a guess who will win today's race, and you can win Power Bar Recovery big bottle. And if you guess right, first one to guess it right will get the Power Bar Recovery. If anyone is interested, make your guesses, and after the race I will contact you. I like how Zwift has added these new sounds with tractors, rollers, helicopter and the nature around in last update, and was I think 3 or 4 months ago. So really closing on 16 kilometers. First group consists of 24 riders. Then we have 3 riders who are trying to hold their own, and after that we have a group which sustains from 6 riders who are still holding their own and trying to catch first group, and they're 1 minute behind from first group. And after third group we have again 45 seconds, and there is already C group catching A group riders and making one bigger overall group with 20-ish riders in it. Pretty unexpected race, to be honest. I didn't expect it to go like this. It was a big surprise for me. So Werner Vex from Belgium. By the way, Werner won the last race last week, but barely made it. It was on a finish sprint, which sadly I missed most of it. Like I said, today we won't have such problems. So Arvel Svikström's putting on Vex. George also putting on Vex. Just less than 25 minutes in a race and almost 20 kilometers finished. And finish line should be on 27.2 kilometers. We can see there is 2 riders who are starting to fall back. Like I said, one by one, riders fall off from a group, and we could see they're starting to stretch out a lot, and we can see more and more riders just going in up front and trying to stretch out legs and see what's happening in a group. This season we haven't seen actually like big attacks with success on running away from a peloton or the leader group. Most of the times it's just sniffing out what's happening. We had one serious try in first race, but like the rider who were attempting attacks, he said nobody tried to follow him, so he just quit after fourth time trying to get away from a group. Because you have to be monster or cheating if you can solo outrun the group. As we could see, there's nothing changed in the C group. They're just cruising slowly to the finish line. We can see there is more and more these small groups consisting from 4, 5, 6 riders. So this shouldn't be a finish line. I really hope there is no problem. This should be a sprint section. And it is, hopefully. I've been really critical on Zwift, how they manage races, and I'm still am. So I can never be sure. Better be safe than sorry. So yeah, the finish line should be at 27.3 kilometers. Sorry, 27.2. So we can see 3 riders in the front, but I don't think they will manage to get off the group. Although this looks interesting. They're pushing more and more and more. I think we could soon see rise of the speed, and also some riders starting to fall off. Only 4 kilometers left till finish. So the pressure is building and building and building, and now it's just climbing up. And I think we will be able to see how the group stretches out. We can see 8% climb. Like, average climb for this route is 4.3%. And this exact moment is really devastating for some riders. We can already see someone is falling off. Someone is falling back. We'll try to catch who it is. Manhaney from America. So race for first position is over for him. Some riders used power-ups to make over this small section of climb. It may seem a really short time, really not so significant, but when you're actually on a bike and you have already made 23 kilometers, and trust me, it sounds small amount, but in Zwift world it's much different than in real world. So these 8% make a huge difference. Also a reminder for riders, if you don't have beats per minute sensor, you are out. Your result is not valid. Oh yeah, we can see now it's happening. They're stretching out. This climb is putting finish to most of the riders, and we can see Vex in second position. So we are not counting Wilkes 12 year or ish something with no heart rate monitor. So he's relevant to us. But to be honest, the group is still holding their own. The group is trying to catch. The gap is only 4 seconds. It is possible, but it doesn't look like it will happen. The riders should work a little bit more to try and catch the Vex in front, because the gap is really increasing, and it's 25.1 kilometer already finished, and if we have to finish on 27 kilometers, it's only 2 kilometers, and the gap on climbs are decreasing slower than on the straights, and it's 3%. Selcom also in front. Gap already increased to 8 seconds. Vex putting out the power. I think this should be enough for him to secure the victory. Only thing what could happen if he gets banned, or electricity shortage, or some other entity interacts with him while this race happens. 25.9 kilometers. And this climb will finish. he definitely is secured first position. There is no doubt. And second place, Selkama. Now it's Zigzag going down. Oh, we can see there's some riders 4 minutes already behind. I'm really actually happy that things like this doesn't happen on a finish line in most of the races, just a few of them. Oh, this is actually Satkus fighting. Oh, but it's a downhill, so he can make a comeback. He's fighting for third position. That will be probably the most interesting fight here. So just 200 meters to finish. It doesn't look like it. Oh well, thank you Zwift for doing it again. So we had to have finish line right here, but it's not. I will check. So yeah, this is just Zwift. This is just Zwift again. With proper finish lines. So Vex is first. I will try to switch first to here. Yeah, they already finished, so yeah, like at least today I could see actual finish for first position. But it really annoys me how Zwift performs race management for small races. So we'll switch to C group and see what's happening there. They should be on a finish line really soon. Okay, we will check out what's happening with the trainers. I'm actually getting really angry on Zwift because this is not the first time something like this happens. It happens almost every third race, where there's no proper finish line. And actually when things like this happen in Zwift, more and more I'm considering switching to Rovi for custom events. Because this is just funny. So for now I can't see the finish line. I don't know where's the actual finish, and they just finished on 27.4 kilometers for no reason. It's just Zwift never stops amaze me. It's a good product, everything is good, but come on, like fix your thing. How many years? Luckily we have a Zwift power which actually works like intended for most of the time, or we could say 99.9%, because we have also had problem with that. But oh well. It is what it is. So in 5 minutes we should have a result for A and C group. I think for women's category there's no surprises with the first positions. Zwift.lv probably dominated and destroyed women's category today. We'll check. And yes, I will check his YouTube channel. Check what's happening there. But for most of the riders, for example, this exact rider, he hasn't participated before. So for anyone, I understand, yeah, sometimes cheating in various ways, it's cheating, but it doesn't affect overall standing if they don't have more 6 or more races. So Martin Jürgenson's running tough race. Yeah, it was definitely tough race from my point of view. Just while you're switching chat, can you tell where was finish? On 27.4 kilometers? Actually, we have really a lot of viewers today. Really happy for it, sadly, I can show really nice finish. So let's check for women's standing, if I may, fast. So yeah, Zwift.lv definitely first position. Closest follower minute, Diana Spiridowska. And from Diana, not so far, just 10 seconds, Eva Uzane. If we remember last week, Eva Uzane were faster than Diana Spiridowska, although previous races Diana showed dominance. So while we are reading the results, we can, I'd say, glean on it, what's happening there. Sweat is actually showing pretty good results. I remember last year, I think it was on national championships, on a straight she was dropped off from a group, but when it was climb section, she actually managed to catch the group and really show the true strength that she's a climber. So yeah, we can see she's going on a finish, and finish should be right here. And it's not. So it's on the next corner probably. Although, first from moments. Now we can try to catch Spiridowska. So Spiridowska here, 25.7 kilometers. And I will check what's happening in Zwift power. So 27.5 or 27.6, yeah. After some. The problem is that you can't tell laps. It doesn't work like that. There is no admin panel where you can just click on. You have to, when you make an event, you have to tell exact kilometers and meters how much you want for the race. And what they provide, their source for exact lap, is from Zwift Hub. And from their tutorial, it says, take Zwift Hub, take the road plus in-ride road, put it together, and you have whole lap, and you will get finish line. The problem is that they don't update Zwift Hub as much as Zwift. So if they make changes in Zwift, for example, the length of the track, road, they don't do it in the same time in Zwift Hub. So that's why we have these problems with the finish lines. And I have tried to tell them, okay, make it whole lap so I can get the finish line. They say it doesn't work like that. You have to give me specific kilometers. Then I was offering maybe we can just put the finish flags and finish arch. Where's the finish? It doesn't work like that because they have like specific places in the road where they're doing that. So it's kind of fighting with wind all the time. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. Yes, Zwift.lv, congratulations on first position in women's group. So, Swift Power, give me some good news. Okay, so power bar recovery for Arvils Wikströms, who posted the first answer. So Werner Vex won the race, bypassing for 12 seconds second position Jori Selkma. And like I said, this is not official results. We have some information about some riders, and Zwift Power will also check what's happening with the trainers, if it's valid or not. I really hope that. So third position, Espen Monrad. Fourth position, Dider Chuvin. Fifth position, Martin Jürgensons, first from Latvians. Sixth position, Narimantas Satkus from Lithuania, also first from Lithuanians. Seventh position, Seb D from Belgium. Eighth position, Justin Rossi from America. Ninth position, Artur Sisiuliatins from Latvia. And 10th position, Karl Worrell from UK. Let's try to switch to C group. So for C category, like I said, these are not official results. Jānis Vanaks from Intervals.lv, first position, there is no surprise there. Jānis Mitchell is also from Intervals.lv, second position. Third position, Alexei Korolkov. Flag says from Ukraine. Fourth position, Ansis Thompsons from LV2 Max Team. Fifth, Kristaps Kapars. Sixth, Maris Karolkovic. Seventh position, Kasper from 5 Triathlon Team. Next we have Christopher Counter from Germany, Ludwig Bigby, and lastly, Richard Hansons. So that's it for today's race. Like I said, I'm really frustrated about finish lines like you are, and the same goes for riders. Sadly, that's a problem we can't solve already for third season. But as always, we are working on that, and see you next week on the same day, Wednesday, same time, 6:30 in evening. And we are leaving France, Virtual France, and we are finally moving to Makuri Island, and that will mark the 7th stage from 8 stage races. So we are really fast coming to the end for Specialized Zwift League. Like I said, big thanks to our sponsors, Specialized and ZZK Cycling Shop, and also supporters from Lithuanian Cycling Federation, Estonian Cycling Federation, and Latvian Cycling Federation. So all prizes from our sponsors. I hope you had a good time, because I know I did. So see you next week, and bye.